Welcome back to the Rules of Engagement. We just went over the Sase versus herO analysis. If you missed some of those earlier sections, catch them on YouTube. They'll be up shortly. Also, all the rest of our content is on YouTube. Winter Championship matches, Winter Showdown matches, Winter Exhibition matches, and of course, Rules of Engagement. So youtube.com/official MLG SC2, your source for all SC2 content. But now on to the Q&A. First question from 13th Nemesis. It'd be like 13th Warrior. But do you think that the splash damage at Widow Mines is a little bit overpowered? Also, what about the new medevac boost? So both those things are strong, right? Obviously, Widow Mines are very powerful for a 75 mineral, 25 gas unit, but I think that's amazing. I think SC2 needs more powerful units. I love units like Ghosts, like Templar, like Infestors, like Vipers, units that can basically, a small unit can make a big difference if it's used really well. So if your Widow Mines placed well, makes a big difference. But if your opponent micros well against it, they can mitigate that factor. And I think Starcraft really thrives off of powerful units. So yes, Widow Mine is very powerful for a unit of its cost, but I do not think it's overpowered because the other races all have very powerful units for their cost as well. So I really love that power. Same thing with the medevac boost. Yes, it's very powerful, but it promotes really fast, exciting, creative play. It rewards players who get better at multitasking, and I think SC2 needs more of that. There was a time near the end of Wings of Liberty where the best tier players just rarely dropped, or they dropped much less than you see. And the reason why is because at the very highest level, if your opponent was on top of it, they could really shut it down. They would kill, like Zerg would be able to kill the medevacs a lot easier with Mulus and things like that. And it made the game slightly slower. It's not like I love Wings of Liberty, don't get me wrong, but I think these new Terran tools make the game a little bit more fast-paced and more exciting to watch. And we still see Protoss and Zergs. I mean, in fact, Protoss are actually winning the most right now in Korea. So definitely works out okay and makes for exciting games. Next question is going to be from Michael. And it says, first off, greetings from Germany. Glad you're on the East Coast. In PvZ, what is a good way to thwart Corruptor Hydras until mid or late game? So you should be very happy if they're making Corruptors and Hydras, because that's a unit composition that's not nearly as scary as either Swarm Host or Hydra Viper or Roach Hydra Viper or something like that. The key way to beat Hydra Corruptor is macro. As long as you can keep up with them in economy and unit count, or keep close to them in economy and unit count, you should be fine, because your units will be more cost efficient. The two compositions you either want to go for, either Stalker, Colossi, and then the key thing there is to make sure your Blink Micro is good and to make sure not to lose too many attacks. A lot of people get carried away either trying to focus down Corruptors really fast and their Stalkers kind of run around and they're not blinking very well, or they try to dance the Colossi around and the Colossi aren't killing those Hydras as fast as possible. So there is oftentimes you want to focus Corruptors, but if you're in doubt, just A move and focus on Blink Micro and the Stalker's back. That's the most important thing. And also focus on constantly warping in. Make sure Guardian Shield is up, etc. The other way is you don't need Colossi to beat Hydras. Stalkers versus Hydras is about a dead even battle, right? It's almost exactly even. And if you add in Guardian Shield and good force field usage, it's going to be in your favor. So if you're spot on with your force fields and your macro, you should be fine with Stalker Sentry. And then eventually you can add in Templar if they're going Corruptors. The last thing I want to point out is in any of these situations, Stalker Colossi, Stalker Sentry, whatever it is, versus Hydra Corruptor, all these units are ranged units, and a lot of them have this similar ranges, right? Corruptors, Hydras, and Stalkers, all range 6. In those situations, concaves are insanely important. So make sure that you always fight with a concave. Make sure that your opponent's always coming through a choked area where you have a much greater service area attacking them. That's by far the most important thing when going up against that competition. If you want to play defensively, know which base they're attacking and set up an arc around the passage through which they have to attack, and you should be able to defend it very convincingly. Thank you guys for watching the Rules of Engagement. We'll be back again tomorrow at 5 p.m. Eastern with the semifinals of the Winter Exhibition Tournament, Marine King versus Bly. After that will be another episode of Rules of Engagement. Until then, thanks for watching. Check out the YouTube, and I'll see you tomorrow.